Hi, and welcome to a new video where we are going to talk about the MQTT protocol and how to use it with Python. MQTT is a client-server publish subscribe messaging transport protocol. It is lightweight, open, simple, and designed so as to be easy to implement, as we're going to see next. These characteristics make it ideal to use in many situations for Internet of Things IoT. As we can see in this diagram, MQTT requires a broker in order to publish or subscribe messages. We have three different MQTT clients connected to this MQTT broker, a sensor or sensors installed inside our home in order to publish data, say temperature data, a mobile client to display the data our sensors are publishing, and a backend system that receives the data and takes actions depending on that data. Now, in order to create a MQTT client, we'll be using Python and paho-mqtt library. As a broker, we'll use Mosquito, which is a free broker you can use to test for your projects. Nonetheless, it is important to notice that this is not recommended for professional projects since it is unsecure because it's free. However, the process to create a MQTT client is the same. Now let's create our first MQTT client with Python. We will use Visual Studio Code for this project. Firstly, let's create a virtual environment with virtual env. Since I already did this step, I will show you how to do it yourself. Just type virtual env and the name of your virtual environment. Now, in order to activate it, if you are on a Windows machine, now just type env scripts and activate. But if you are on a Linux one, just type source env and press enter. Now let's move on and actually create the MQTT client. I will explain each of the components that are present on this script. Firstly, the onConnect function is a callback for when the client receives a response from the server, which means if either the client was connected successfully or not. The subscription inside the onConnect function means that if we lose the connection and reconnect, then the subscriptions will be renewed. Now, the function onMessage is a callback for when a push message is received from the server. Now, we initialize the MQTT client by passing a unique name. After that, we instantiate the fallbacks for responses when connecting and publishing to the MQTT broker, which are the functions we mentioned earlier. Finally, we will attempt to create a connection to the broker by passing the URL of the broker, the port number, and the period of time in which the client will attempt to create a connection. Now let's test our application. We have created our first MQTT client with Python. In following videos, we will show you how to use Python and MQTT for more complex applications.